Fix my computer here.
Well, looks like we are live on Facebook.
Okay, great. Well, good morning from you to me, from south to north, from all over the globe. We come from Calais County, shooting at you live. Actually, we're from the land of Oz, and from the back of my mind, apparently, we're going to you live. So, this is Lonnie. This is Brian. I am the L. He's the B. This is the LB hour, affectionately known as the Pound Hour.
Yes, this
And of
is
course,
episode 1 of LB Hour
episode
Morning
one
Zoom Live.
of Hell Be Hour. It's an hour of pure hell, just basically trying to keep us going during this pandemic. I do believe it's been quite a trip, and I think we're on day 5,212 of this pandemic, and I think they call it the Doge Days of Summer. I think they
There
call
you go.
it. Well, if
This
you
is
know,
the new normal. This right here.
right? Yeah, it's pretty pathetic. I've only had how many Zoom meetings have we had, Brian? I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll
I'll say over
tally
100.
that, but this is our first live morning Zoom, so we have to see what we do.
I know it's a very, very sad, but you gotta do something apparently in this world. But so what I do, by the way, I often have a billionaire, I have a billion questionnaire, 1 billion questionnaire. So I'll never run out of questions to ask my cohort here, and he has usually some pretty interesting answers. But we're gonna start all over fresh on some of this stuff. So hopefully,
well,
if
before we get to questions, I want to let
Sure.
people know out there that we will take guests on the show, Zoom guests. So get a Zoom account, and we'll bring you on the show here on the morning Zoom.
well, good morning, Zoom. Let me say, ayo, ayo. No, listen, I think that it would be fine to do that. We've got people from back east trying to contact us now. Some musicians. We also do a live show, which is we've been doing a live show for the last month or two, couple months actually. For people in this pandemic, we do a live my Friday Night Live, which is basically
Night Live. Yep.
We send out music to people everywhere, and it's going pretty good actually. We've had I don't know how many musicians we've had. We've had done about 2 months, at least 3 months, and we've had about the last event we had about 4,000 viewers, so that was pretty cool. People are starting to like it, so that's pretty cool. It's just we have live musicians, free of charge, and it's a variety show. So if you know somebody who happens to be a musician or a magician or what's it called? Digitician, something or other.
An
But
esthetician.
a mathematician, yeah, esthetician, yeah. I mean, esthetician. You want to do something on live feed and do something funny, or you can be a poet. We've got everything. If you want to be a singer or we've had people play a flutist, a flautist, or you want to call now flutist or flautist. Is that what it is? Do you know?
I think it's either one. I had that discussion a while back, and it could be either one. But you brought up esthetician, and I do a live show on the dark web that you can't watch on regular. But I was given this by one of the listeners, lump of coal. It's actual charcoal for the face. They told me I need to work on my complexion, so I'll be doing that.
Well, you know what?
Lump of coal, a gift.
Well, I've seen people get waxed, and I've been waxed, and then the esthetician thing was fine, but actually it wasn't. I don't think it helped me too much, but it did. I don't know. It was kind of like an S&M type of thing, and I did not quite my bag of tea or coal, whatever it is you have there, but it's not my bag, baby. No, I mean, I get it. I understand you want to keep your face clean, but wow.
No, I like constructive criticism. This stuff, apparently charcoal is a great filter. It cleans out the face, the pores.
I've done the teeth before with coal.
Yeah. They say I could look 10 months younger if I use it. So that's kind of cool.
So what is it? It's a mask?
Yeah, you rub it on the face. It's like one of those green masks, but it's black. It's you don't videotape it because you could end up in serious trouble. But it's called lump of coal. It's a sheet mask with purifying charcoal. One sheet. So I'm seeing a weird trend here. It's says one sheet. So
Yeah. Well,
may not be a good thing, but it was sent as a joke, so I will take that.
hey, well, whatever works. I think that if you can just put on a mask this way, it'd be a lot easier than having to take one with you everywhere you go. Because
Yeah. Well, you put
the
this
days
on.
of masks are starting to come to an end, right?
Well, with this thing, you sit there and you watch movies and eat bonbons, and you have your facial mask on for half hour or so.
Yeah.
But
Well,
back to Friday Night Live tomorrow night, Friday, 7 p.m. We've got Silver Hill. Silver Hill, they're a great band, and they're fronted, I guess, by David Robbins. So it's going to be a good show, and I guess we have a singer, and so it's going
they're
to be some
funded by
variety.
David Roth, David Lee Roth.
David Lee Robbins, he will be.
Oh.
Leading the band, fronting the band Silver Hill, and then you said we have a singer, so we're coming at you with some variety, and then maybe a silly comedy bit or two. So we want everybody
Yeah,
to
I'm not
tune
sure he's
in.
going to do comedy, but it should
Oh,
be
we'll
good.
do it. Believe in yourself.
I believe in everything. I believe I can fly. I believe absolutely there's possibilities out there for everybody. If I didn't believe in positivity and having things happen, this world would have turned gray a long time ago. And I think we have the ability to do whatever it is we want to do.
Well, I'll give
Onward
you.
and upward. We can always do something positive for everybody.
Well, the fact that you believe that anybody can do everything, I'm going to give you a participation trophy.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were a participation trophy because if everybody can do everything, then that's no. The
Everybody
fact
wins.
now, I believe if you have the desire to put in the 10,000 hours to become a professional at something or a master at something, that's what it takes. The whole 10,000 hour theory is not wrong.
No.
No, if you want it, go get it. Just put the time and the effort into it. You can't just have it.
No.
And
You were wearing a shirt the other day, seek discomfort, and that's a good attitude. Do the
well,
hard.
yeah, you have to seek discomfort. This shirt here, by the way, is a my 100 men shirt, 100 plus. It's for about the amount of women that have broken my heart. No, actually, it is the 100 men who care of Cowlitz County. And that one is so Cowlitz County in the Northwest is where we're at here. I'm over in considered L Town or Longview. He's over in K Town, which is considered Kelso, is divided by a river mostly.
Yeah.
I won't say all the way, but mostly. I wish it was divided by a river.
There's a river between us. We'll say that.
There definitely is. But
Cowlitz River.
Yeah.
The mighty Cowlitz, they call it.
My God. And well, it should be divided directly that way, I think. Our cities should be divided that way. But
then again, we lose West Kelso, we lose Little Chicago. So it's tough. I was driving through there last night thinking, I don't know if we can give this up. Let's develop West Kelso. And they are.
Yeah.
They are.
It's getting there. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Well, funny you mentioned the Cowlitz River. There was a bridge collapse about almost 100 years ago, and 20 of the bodies were never found. So that river.
That's hilarious. You're right.
Not hilarious. It's wild.
That was funny. Funny that I bring that up. Yes. Well, funny that idea. Yes. The Cowlitz Bridge collapsed. Well,
there were a couple dignitaries in the old-fashioned 1920s cars, and they went in.
Really?
It was a terrible tragedy.
Well, we've had 3 bridges there then, right? I mean, where that fell, the original one, it broke down.
I think there might have been one before. There was one before that. Then the original only, or the one that collapsed only lasted a year or two. Then another one, and then another one in 2000. So
I remember when I was a kid, we had a drawbridge. It was the coolest thing in the world, man. I mean, remember that one?
Totally. Yeah. I walked over that many times.
I had dreams of not making it over. It was like, I'd go there to come up and I'd try to get off or get down or whatever. I have to leave down there. Scary dreams. those are my scary dreams. The ones that the bridges would go up in the process.
Yeah. Well, I walked across that bridge in the middle of the night several times, and yeah, I didn't really have scary dreams. I had scary reality because you're wondering what's going on out there at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m.
Sure. What is it that what were you doing? How old were you at that
I was
age?
probably 17. Oh, how old am I now?
No,
61.
I don't want to hear how old you are now. You're
Oh,
39. We're 39,
I was
folks.
probably 17, and I would go into Longview, and sometimes I cross that bridge, or I come from Longview to the disco. Yes, that's right, the
The
world-class
disco.
disco, Hollywood.
Well, yeah, that I've heard of that before. I've just
A
never been to that.
heyday. That was quite a heyday for us silly boys like me that like to dance.
wow. Yeah, I just had a interesting interesting thing pop up on my Facebook. I had my Facebook highline type of thing. You know, you get your highlight of the day. It says your first photo with so and so, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and I will tell you, this is a person who my first photo with this person was how many years ago? Um, it was 5 years ago, I do believe. Anyways, first photo with her, and this popped up and told me that.
Oh,
And
wow.
this,
Wow. You have the glasses and everything.
I
Wow.
know, right? I had the
Good
glasses,
picture.
and that's just defying irony. I need to do something in regards to that. But that was the first photo with her and I together, and she just unfortunately passed away 2 days ago, and that's weird.
It's actually
And
like 4 days ago. So, isn't it cool? You have a picture, and you have a
oh, I
lot of
got
a lot of pictures of people that have passed.
yeah. I you know I build friendships like it's a it's got a small little community of my own. So
Yeah.
I like to forge friendships and relationships with people that last forever. I try to do that. I'm not and I try to learn about them. They learn about me, which is basically like, oh well, what can what does Lonnie do? Like, well, let me get my card. Bat. It's like the Magic Man. My card says Magic Man. Well, it's not true, but it does say the concierge of life, which is something that I've tried to business I started like what 14 years ago, 13, 14 years ago, and that's basically how can I help you? How can I be of assistance to you in your life? So if I can
Yeah.
do that,
What can I do for you?
what can I do for you?
Yeah, I have
How
I have
can
a
I help
card.
you?
I have a card that says, "What did I do to you?" And it's for people that I've wronged in the past. So, but
Well,
we got a little issue with the Magic Man. That's actually my moniker, my nickname. I was given that by a lovely lass years ago. So I have to have that on my card. Sorry, but the concierge of life is solid.
well, I have a cousin that would argue with you and tell you he's the Magic Man.
Yeah.
But his name is Michael, and
But
that's
what
the
I
way.
would say to him is try to understand. I'm the Magic Man, but that's okay. We could both wear the
That's pretty
nickname.
good, actually. Good job. Touche on that
Well,
one.
that was great when we had a thing where people had to say what song they would use to describe each other, and we all had some, and I got somebody said Magic Man. I said, wow, friend for life. You're a friend for life.
Well, I think oddly enough, I don't want to make anybody mad out there in the free world, but
Good
in
luck
high
with
school,
that.
yeah, in high school or college or something, these gals deem me the Donald. So
The
instead of the
what?
Donald,
The
they'd call me
Lonald.
the
Okay, I like
Lonald.
it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And I'm
And
like,
it's not political. That was when he
no,
was a
no, this I
celebrity
no,
financier.
yeah, trust me.
Financier.
I'm not a fan of nowadays. I'm not a fan of the Donald, but it was one of those. I thought it was hilarious. These girls would call me the
That's
Donald
clever.
because not only did I wear a suit and tie or whatever,
Yeah.
I uh, I was oftenly seen with very beautiful women, and I seemed to make things get accomplished. So it was
Yeah,
like
there you go.
it'd say, "How can you do this?" And it was like, well, at the time, I thought that he was the bomb, and we all did. It was like he was on Oprah or whatever he was on, and I
He was
was
on something.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, he was.
No,
But
no, I think he was clean.
oh yeah, his
Great
nose is
TV
clean.
guy. I liked him
Yeah.
as a TV guy. I'll tell
I
you
did
that.
too. I was a fan of his from I don't know from high school until
Yeah.
2016, and then that just everything changed. So
Yeah. Well, we've got two things in common. He and I share the same birthday, and he was also in the Eagles as I was in the Eagles. So I can't speak ill of an Eagle. So
he was an Eagle. He was an
Donnie.
Eagle,
Oh,
huh?
Donnie. Yeah, he was a trustee. He and I worked together back in '68.
You talking about me or him?
No, him.
Yeah, that's
I'm
like I
sure
was.
Donald was an Eagle somewhere, a New York Eagle, but I
Oh,
can't speak
oh,
ill of a fellow birthday boy. So,
gotcha. I didn't know he was your birthday buddy.
yeah.
That's cool.
But if you
Kind of.
watch my show on the dark web, then I can speak freely about all politicians. So we're pretty much politics free, though. We're 15 minutes in, and it's still going live. I
But
checked
but
it, so there you
but
go.
we are as far as that goes, we are not we are 50 minutes in. We're live,
We're
but
independent.
we are only streaming right now on one channel, which has no viewers. Correct?
No, we're on the LB Hour channel. So
Oh, that'll be our channel. There we go. Well,
yeah, we got a few viewers, and you're gonna start telling your friends to watch Friday Night Live and go to the LB Hour page and all that. So we're on Facebook only right now, and we like it. This is experimental television, so to speak.
well, I don't know about that. I've experimented in television for a
You
long
know
time.
about that.
Huh?
You know about that. We're
I know about
experimenting,
that.
and we're on television. This is television, folks.
Well,
I hate to break it to the kids, but this
just
is
about
basically
nowadays, isn't it?
television.
Just about, isn't it? Yes. I do believe this is what television is going to be at. And I'm sorry that I had to break into your home this morning and bring you live out of my television to your television. But we can do that now. Anybody can get into your computer and see your face. It's pretty crazy.
Well, anybody can broadcast to the world, so that's pretty cool. It's equality. Anybody can do it. All you have to do is have Facebook, and that's free.
Yes, no, it definitely is. It definitely is. I think that I'm going to take the time to actually post this here for 1 second.
Oh, look at it.
And then
as we speak.
Now I should have a couple friends who might be seeing this.
Yeah, you got friends?
Yeah, I have a couple here and there. Yeah, no, it's definite. I definitely have a friend or two, and I appreciate that because without the friends, what friend, what is that song from Diane Warwick? Friends are for.
Diane Warwick. Oh, that's what friends are for.
Yeah. That's what friends are for. Yeah, absolutely. Because right now, I tell you what, this has been a time of our lives, man. This pandemic is, like I said, number 5,115 of days of this pandemia. So it's, speaking of pandemia, do we know where it started from, Brian?
Do we know what?
Where it started from? This
pandemania starts from?
Yeah, because
you have that ready? Do you have an example, maybe?
I might. It's kind of odd that you say it. It's odd that you say that. I don't have the pandemania video up and ready, but I do, as far as I know, I think that I do know where where it came from, where it started from, because we fortunately have a little thing called let's see here. It is a video on the origins of the pandemic. Can't even speak. On pandemonium. And I'll get that for you right now. Actually, it is actually on people who have actually created this stupid little, Well, I'm not able to do it because somebody didn't.
You need to share it.
So post my abilities. Yeah, he's not allowing my abilities, and I am down in the count. So down for the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I do it again? Let's see here. Because nope, I can't do it. Somebody doesn't give me the abilities. I have these power abilities, and then like a superhero, I've been taken away. It's ridiculous.
Give it a shot. He's gonna try to share something from a screen. Is it working?
Well, I guess might as well. I think that
make sure the audio's on.
It is, sure. So so by the way, folks, what this is basically is I have this thing called Lonnie on Logic, and we've made a few little videos here and there, maybe make a few more, but it's kind of my idea of how and where and where this has come from. This pandemic, somebody started this thing. Who started it, Brian? Do you know?
I've heard rumors. So it's called what is it? Lonnie's Online
Lonnie's
Logic.
Online Logic, yeah. Which
LOL.
happens to be LOL, Lonnie's Online Logic. Here,
I
let's
like
give it a share real quick here and see if there we go. Yeah, let's see here, folks. Can we get this?
Perfect.
It's only about a minute, folks, so no worries. It's not funny.
Good morning, class, and welcome to Lonnie's Online Logic. Today's topic, word origins. The word for today is pandemic. Let's break it down, shall we? Pandemic. Pan, of course, refers to Peter Pan, the character who made a vow to never grow up.
Of course.
Now we'll go to the other side of the word where we have ick. Ick, of course, refers to being ill or sick. Ick. Put them together and what do you have? Panic. Panic, of course, refers to chaos and mass confusion. So, who or what caused this panic? Dead center of the word, right there. There you have it, folks. The Dems caused the panic. The Dems caused the panic. And if you believe that, we need to go back to the beginning of the word. Pan, of course, refers to people who do not want to grow up and be adults. Let's write that down. Adult. Being an adult, of course, at this time refers to social distancing, washing hands, and wearing a mask in public. And for those who believe in conspiracy theories and do not want to grow up, they are called adult as well. It's just spelled differently. So, be an adult, not a dolt. And that concludes our class for today.
Well, I think that was pretty good. One thing about that is that I enjoy
it.
I enjoy that when my brain works correctly. It's kind of,
yeah.
It's like all of a sudden I can hear and see the keys of a piano and the sounds come together, and it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. I actually have an intellect of some sort.
Yeah. Well, I like that a lot. I like that more than anything I've liked in almost 4 months. But I do want to say something else. You got I had an Uncle Charlie. He came to town when I was about 9, and he gave me great advice. He said, never apologize for being yourself. So you don't have to apologize going into these. You could be self-deprecating, but don't beat yourself up. You're good.
Dude,
You're top 10.
Oh, thank you. Let's appreciate that. I don't beat myself up. Actually, I beat myself up a lot.
I don't apologize. It's just me doing this. No, it's good stuff. Let's be.
Well, that's got set it up.
I like it.
Well, thanks. No,
I do. I like
that.
It was really well edited. No, it's just kidding.
It was very well edited by a gentleman I know. I should know the gentleman, but I know that guy over there. The guy in blue. Brian is a fan of the blue. Kelso blue is huge for him. That's good for you. Yeah, and me being a coat and shirt guy, I'm a suit and tie guy. I'm not so much anymore, but I do, quite a bit, So but if I can break down to a t-shirt and a coat, heck yeah, I will do that all day long because it's comfortable, it's in style, blue jeans. Heck, that's cool now, I didn't wear I didn't own a pair of blue jeans for 10 years, I don't think, honestly, or shorts, because it just, when you wear slacks or, some type of nicer clothes, you're like, what's the point in having that? I go from one outfit a day to changing 4 times a day for different events and so forth. But now I do it 3 times. You go, get up, do my stuff, go to the gym, come back, and get myself for the day, go to meetings, whatever I have to do. But a lot of times I have to sleep. So I did have a hemorrhagic bleed like 5 years ago, and it has put me down for the physical the physical well. It put me down for a while. I've had to slowly come back. So it's kind of a fun thing. But
Now, when you say a hemorrhagic bleed, would that be to most folks something like a stroke? I mean,
I say
right?
hemorrhagic. I say hemorrhagic bleed. Yeah,
Well,
no,
no, it's good that you say the official name, but for the folks, we would think of it as a stroke, right? Basically.
well, a stroke basically, and there's different kinds of stroke. There's the hemorrhagic bleed, which is where the pressure inside the pressure inside your veins basically break open. And I always say the amount of intelligence in your brain just gets so overwhelming that it just kind of bleeds off and
there you go.
And goes into your brain. Just instead of being funneling through those channels, they just break open and go all over your brain. And that's what happened to mine. That's happened to me.
That was 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago.
Yep. And the other one, an ischemic stroke, which is basically that is where a blockage happens, where you got too much whatever you say plaque. Or plaque in your arteries from eating too much crap, or basically eating too much crap or too much salt or whatever it is you want to do. Oddly enough, mine was kind of caused from salt, but not the same way. I had after being in I was in ICU for 2 weeks. I was bedridden for basically 2 months, just about, the hospital, and then I was in a wheelchair for 6 months and worked my way to a walker, to cane, and yada yada. Now I'm slowly getting back. It's taken a few years, and or longer than that actually. But I thought I'd be back at work in 3 weeks. I was like, it was so funny. I'm like, yeah, I'm going back to work. I'm like, I didn't realize how hard it would be to come back from this one.
Yeah.
I've had things in the past happen to me, but it took a while. But as you get older, you just don't heal quite as well, quite as quickly.
Well, it's been a long road back, but you don't have to seek discomfort as much. It's there. You have to
I wear that shirt now. Seek discomfort. I think it's more of a dating profile pic.
Yeah, exactly. So because you seeking discomfort, it's like, well, I think you've been there, done that. But
well, we all have, though. And the thing about that is, I'll tell you right now. The thing is, you have to be prepared for. Not prepared. Do not be prepared for. If you prepare yourself for discomfort, if you walk around going gloves up, you're ready to fight anytime. That's not life. You're not enjoying life. I have a friend like that right now who I think about them. I think, well, they're always ready to just in case somebody is to attack them. They're ready to be on defensive. They're always defensive their whole life, I think, but that's kind of a sad way to be. And I'm trying to
I think
work with that person right now. I care about them immensely, and I want to see them, I want to make them happy, and have them be less fearful towards the world. I think, my guess,
I think part of his preparation, it's kind of funny because I was watching George St. Pierre, the great fighter. He's a great mixed martial arts fighter. And he talks about a calmness he gets from being prepared.
100%.
He's aware that a fight could happen at any time, but he's not bringing it on. He's calm, but he has a plan and he has strategy, technical and tactical. So he doesn't obsess about being attacked. He's just, he's got it figured out, and he's not paranoid. So.
No, for sure. I totally get that one too. When I was a kid and fighting, that was kind of a thing too. It was like, I always had to be prepared, and I had to have my, just in case, I wasn't worried about it. It was kind of like a fun thing for me, actually. Yeah. But it was like, somebody comes at me and it's like, well, let's figure
mix it up.
Let's mix it up. That was the way it was back in the day. It's so strange. It was just for fun. There wasn't somebody wasn't going to pull out a gun. Actually, that's not completely true, but yeah, I've had a gun pulled on me before. I've had a knife pulled on me before. It's interesting stuff. It's like this. It seems like a lifetime ago, and my children, that stuff hasn't happened to them, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
But then again, did it toughen them up quite as much? Do they have to be tough? I don't know.
Yeah, those are good questions, actually. How tough do we have to be? I got pistol whipped in '82, and it was like the highlight of my life. I hate to say, looking back. At the time, I was scared, thought I was going to die, but surviving it, I came out of it feeling good. Like, wow, I survived. And
Yeah,
getting
pistol whipped by what?
yeah,
By who?
at a plaid pantry that I worked at 1 or 12:59 a.m. 1 minute before we closed. I'd been a guy threatened to kill me the night before, and a different guy showed up, 3 guys, and I thought they were there to kill me, and they just robbed the store and pistol whipped me, and I thought it was over. I thought that was the
Sure.
last one, and then they left, and I was pretty dang happy.
Yeah. Well, so did they catch those guys?
No, and the cop told me they won't. It was a cop. It was a policeman, and I believe his name was Derek Foxworth, and he became chief of police. He was a young black cop, and we were joking around because he said, "Describe these guys," and I said, "Well, he's about your height, complexion very similar." I said, "The hair's similar." I go, "Be honest with you, kind of look like you." And the guy laughed. He said, "Don't we all?" He was a black guy. We were actually joking about racism. And I go, "Are you going to catch these guys?" He goes, "Highly unlikely." But it was true. These guys that came in, and the guy I believe was on coke, and he was scary, and he had a big gun. I think it was a 44. It was long, and yeah, he said this stuff happened at the Minute Marts all the time. It was
A
a
Minute Marts. Well,
rough
Minute
neighborhood.
Marts is
Yeah,
kind of like, yeah.
plaid
How long?
pantry. Plaid
How long
pantry.
did you work at the Minute Mart?
I probably worked there a little less than a year, but I didn't work much longer after that. That was, I did another month after that, but it was 15th and Broadway by Lloyd Center, and it was a rough neighborhood.
Huh? Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, actually, in
Yeah.
Portland. The one in Portland there. Yeah, no, that's yeah. The Plaid Pantry never made it up here very well.
No,
I
it
don't
never
think.
came into Washington, I don't think. Did it?
I think it might have, actually.
Yeah. But that was scary as heck at the time, but once it was over, I was feeling like kind of a badass because I survived.
Yeah, I've been beat pretty good, or attempted to be beat pretty good.
The funny thing is, at the time, maybe I was young, maybe adrenaline didn't hurt at all. Like, took 3 shots, like here, and then all on the top of the head, and I faked like I was knocked out. It didn't hurt at all, but it did. I had bumps, 3 bumps, but it didn't hurt. I think it was the adrenaline.
Yeah, that's it. It's all adrenaline at that point.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Well, I was young, and life was an open book, so to speak.
Right? Yeah, but adrenaline can save you, can kill you, whatever. Actually, not even kill you, but can actually. But I mean, those stories about people picking up a car or picking up a helicopter from somebody because it's on top of them because of the adrenaline.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it's crazy. Your body gets going, and yeah. No, I had it. No, I wasn't pistol whipped, but I got in a good fight or two, and that saved my life 100 times over.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, and these guys got $28, so they risk prison basically. Some of them do get caught, risk prison for $28.
oh my gosh, it's crazy. And that'd be a year or two of their life for $28.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I did see the guy about 3 months later at a Safeway, and he was getting produce, and he looked like he was doing pretty good, and I didn't even say anything. I saw him. I was like 5 feet away, and I went, wow, that's wild.
He was one of the guys.
He was the guy that pistol whipped me. He was the leader of the group, but he looked good. He didn't look like he was on anything at the time.
And you didn't call cops on, say, hey, that's the guy?
Nah, I decided to let it go.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, because 3 or 4 months later, how would we prove it? My word against just him and his.
Right. I get that. Yeah. On this date, where were you, type of thing.
I kind of looked at him, stared at him a little bit. I tried to see if he knew who I was, but I don't think he
recognized. Well, he had adrenaline as much as you did just going in. He had.
Well, I hope now that he got his life together. And I never really had a lot of animosity because I was happy he didn't shoot me, because when I was on the ground, I thought, oh shit, he's gonna shoot me in the back of the head. So I don't have any animosity.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I have some animosity, but I'd let it go. I mean, if you know he's, as long as you're not doing it more and more and yada yada, but you don't know that because
Well, I got a lot out of it because I've been asked to tell that story a lot of times. It's one of the top 10 stories in my life, so I think I came out ahead on that one.
beneficial to tell horror stories.
Yeah.
No.
And the main office called and said, "Are you okay?" So, Plaid Pantry.
Boy, they didn't want to put up money, did they? They want to.
Yeah. No, I said, "I'm doing
Settlement.
good, man." They asked if I wanted the day off the next day, and I said, "No, I
Oh,
want."
that's so kind of them.
Yeah, I said, "No, I want to work."
You said, I want to protect your property.
Well, actually, I was running a betting racket in the back, so I couldn't really take a day off. So.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And folks, by the way, if you have that that employee or that coworker that never, ever takes a day off, and they are the one in charge of the finances, or the one in charge of, everything pretty much, then you might want to take a look at them and say, hey, why haven't you taken a vacation in the last 20 years?
Yeah.
10 years.
That's a nugget of wisdom I just got from Dan Peterson. He said it was the guy that never takes a vacation. Always look for the guy that never wants to take a vacation.
Yeah, I didn't know you did that with Dan, but I'll tell you it's true because they can't get caught, and they can't, And I'll tell you, I think honestly, the most person apt to be stealing money, I think, as far as in psychology classes, I do believe last time, 10 years ago or whatever, was basically somebody like a single parent, most likely a woman, ages like 35 to 50, because they're smart enough and they think they can figure it out how to steal the money.
Yeah. And then
So,
maybe they get desperate financially.
Yeah, desperate. Well, they have to take care of their family. They'll do whatever it takes. And sadly enough, they figure out a way to do it,
Yeah. I've never been accused of embezzling because I won't let anybody put me in charge of the money. If they want me to be treasurer, I'm out. I just don't want to do that. It's not that I'm dishonest. It's just I'm not organized enough, and I don't want the money to go bad. So
yeah.
Well, I can't embezzle, or I won't embezzle because I can't.
Yeah, no, I'm never ever worried about it because I don't know why, but I have positions, and sometimes, I've always been a manager, owner, or whatever it is I'm doing, where I'm kind of, I'll get large sums of money, and it's like monopoly money to me. I don't ever think that it's mine. I mean, I've had $1 million, cash and in my hands. Like, am I going to sacrifice my personal value for this piece of paper? Bullshit. I'll say it, bullshit. I don't care how much money it is. I'm not going to steal it. Doesn't matter to me, because I believe in my own being that I'm a good person. I'm not going to do it. It's just, it doesn't make me even tempted. It's like it's a monopoly money to me. It's like, it's not real. It's not mine. Now you put somebody's I won't even say. We're not all perfect,
There
but
are
when it
certain
comes to
things
that,
you shouldn't oversee, is what you're trying to say.
oh, I can
But
oversee.
it's not
anything.
money.
I can oversee anything. Money's fine.
Well, you said there's some temptations that might not be.
Yeah, those temptations. I don't know what that would be, but I was thinking about that one. What are my temptations, folks? That'd be kind of funny because I have a lot of friends out there that I love and care for dearly. But is there something in particular you wouldn't trust me with? I would be funny. That'd be funny to find
that's
out.
a good one.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah,
I would be interested in that. That's funny.
Yeah, what would you not trust me with? Well, I would tell you right now, they trust me to not carry a glass of water and not spill it. You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, I'm kind of shaky on some stuff physically, but
when I was younger, it would have been the hen house. Couldn't
hen
trust
house?
me with the old hen house. You know that they say about the hen house. Can't trust a fox with the hen house.
Yeah, you mean with women or?
Well, I'll just leave it at you can't trust this fox with the hen house. That's how it used to be. Now I can be trusted. But it took a while. I had to grow up and lose all my testosterone. When you're young and driven, man, it's hard.
Hey, no, I get it. I get that. And yeah.
Well, and the good thing about being older is you don't have the temptation of women wanting you. So right there, you've lost
Right,
half.
there you go.
You've won
Actually,
the battle.
Oddly enough, you know what? Hate to say that, but some of these ladies
You like the silver.
they like the silver, and they I don't know. Interesting.
I think you should
Completely,
go with
because
it.
well, I'm gonna go with it because I'm not gonna dye it. I was dyeing my hair. My hair went partially gray right here and right here at the age of 19. So
Wow.
yeah, it just turned white right there. Boom, boom. Because I had a massive head injury, and it was like a shock to the system. And when it came back
And
white,
that was a different one than the
yeah,
hemorrhage.
we'll talk about that one some other day.
Yeah.
But that was a definitely a story and a half. But yeah,
You win
this
the
came back-
battle. You definitely win the contest on head injuries. All I got was 3 bumps from a pistol whipping. You got serious stuff. You took it to the next level.
well, you know, I tried to one up everybody.
Yeah, you won up. I can't even compete with that. Yeah, I just had a couple little bumps, but
We'll talk about that one another time. But
yeah.
no, but the gray, and then early on in life, it kind of started going gray, and so then because of my position with the Chamber of Commerce and in public here, always being, I had pictures every day and something. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I just didn't in business. I was always taking a picture, get a picture taken. So I always diet there for a while. You know, it looked pretty cheesy for a while. It was kind of funny, but either way, when I decided to go political at one time, I decided I can let it go because people, I was like 35, and I was like, people want to respect somebody who's got a little bit of classiness, a little older. You know, if they're going to vote for a PUD commissioner,
Yeah.
that's what I was running for the first time. I actually, I could have done extremely well then, but I was kind of I had a new boss, and my boss at my company, I just, because I worked for myself at the Concierge of Life, and then
Oh yeah.
went to work with this company called we'll call it Seward Title. Anyways, went to work for Seward Title, and when I did that, my new the president of the company was my boss, and he was like, you know, do you really want to do that? Because are you marketing yourself or are you marketing the company? So I'm like, I was the marketing director for Seward Title, and yeah, it was like, okay, fine. So I took a 7-year absence of doing that, and then I would run again 7 years later. And then when I did, in the process of running for that, I had my hemorrhagic bleed. You know,
Yeah.
and I was like,
You
oh,
should have
okay,
ran
well,
the first time. The guy you
should
should
have
have
ran the first time.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
have said, yes, I'm marketing myself because I am the head of marketing for Stewart. And I'm, if they like you, they're gonna like the company.
Yeah, but I hadn't quite made it what it was when I left. You know, it took me. I thought, like everything else, I always think it's going to happen real quick. You know, I always think I'm gonna. You know, when I was hired on with Seward, I thought I was doing a marketing campaign, building a marketing campaign for them at first, and then they were like, no, we want you to stay here and, you know, build this whole thing for us. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it took a few years for me to actually build that foundation and do it correctly.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way it is with everything else. You know, I was talking to some friends last night, and they were giving me a hard time about the way I was handling an affair with not an affair, just handling my affairs, with certain people, and I'm like,
well,
it
was
takes
one
time.
of your daughter, and was she throwing sarcasm around? Was that the conversation?
I think it was my daughter and a friend of mine.
Lighthearted stuff. That was
Yeah,
good.
it is, but I have a tendency to you know, I do find for myself, but I know that in life, if you want something done correctly, or if you want if it's worth doing, you might as well do it right.
Yeah.
and take
Be
your
in it
time.
for the long game. I heard
In it
that
for the
a
long
lot
game,
the
yeah.
last 4 years.
And to be, it's funny, yeah. I'm in it for the long game, and I'll tell you what. The thing about that is that, and I hate to say this because it's on this, but colors. This is where I get this from. Not from my dad or my grandpa or anything like that, but it's from it's a long game basically. It's a quote from Colors, the movie. Sean Penn is talking to
Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall, and Robert Duvall says, Sean Penn says, let's go get him. Let's go get him. Yeah, let's go get him now. And he's talking about the gang members and stuff. And Sean or Robert Duvall is like, no. He says, because they're right there in the middle of gang country. And he says, Robert Duvall says, he says, there is a 2 cows sitting on a hill, or 2 bulls sitting on a hill, well, an old one and a young one. The young one says, hey dad, let's go down there and
have
screw.
our way.
Let's just, yeah, well, I can say
Have our
screw. We
way.
can say, yeah, have our way. Let's go down and have our way with one of them, And the daddy bull says, no, son, no. Let's not go down there and screw. And he goes, let's go down there. She goes, let's walk down and screw them all, which is kind of a bad thing. I mean, that's the way it was kind of. If you want
He was
done,
talking about the long game, I guess.
well, that wasn't the long game, but if you want it done, if you want to actually have them all, bust them all, whatever it is, just take your time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to. That sounds bad saying that reference on that occasion, but I mean, the thing is, take your time, and I never do on a lot of things. So I have the inability to do that because I have so much ADD, I guess it is, or I don't know, it's ADD probably. I have so many things going in my life at one time. I have so many different friends and so many different lives going on that I try to, when I find something that I really, 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 really like, I'm going to slow down and I'm going to take the time and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure I am on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably too much so, but the whole game of life is to live and learn.
Yeah. Be yourself and see what happens.
Be yourself. Yep. And yeah. No, I mean, it's if it's what you want and happiness is the key in life. If you want to be happy.
Well, keep your sense of humor too. That got me thinking again about that. After the pistol whipping, the cops came and the cop was funny. The previous night there'd been a dust up. I got in a little fight with a guy and he ended up going to the hospital and said on the stretcher as he left, you're dead tomorrow. That's what he said. And the cop said, whoa, don't worry about it. I don't think he's coming back. So the next day somebody else shows up and pistol whips me. The same cop's there. And when he leaves at the end of that, he goes, see you tomorrow, which was hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to get shot or something. He was just thought it was I thought it was so funny because he said, see you tomorrow. It'd been 2 days in a row, like it was going to be a nightly thing.
Dude, yeah, I
never saw him again.
Well, I had a great friend, Ben, and we would go at his Minute Mart, which was, I think it was a Chevron at the time, not sure, but out I will say Ocean Beach Highway area. Anyways, at that time he worked nights. He always worked nights for many years, and I'm not sure anybody stole from him, but I'll tell you what he did have. He had many friends like myself who'd come in there and stay with him for a few hours at night.
There you go.
I mean, not every night, but just come through there, quite a bit, quite often, and he would feed us, crappiest food you can get, at the. But hey, it was in a kind of free security or something like that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, did he own the Minute Mart?
No, heck no. He wasn't probably supposed to do that, but
yeah,
I mean,
but it was
like,
his safety. So
yeah, it was just, well, if he's feeding us, then we can sit out front and he can clean while he's working, because that's the scariest part for him. Time for him, I think it was when he was in the back mopping and stuff, and cleaning up the store.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was doing when the guy showed up.
Yeah.
Showed up. I was mopping or sweeping, and they had been around though. They were there for almost an hour at the phone booth, and I was watching them, and turned out they were watching me go to the floor safe, but they couldn't get in. Yeah.
Did you get in the floor safe?
Sweeping, you're not paying attention. You're thinking, one more minute, I can get out of here. And boom.
Right, and that's why. Yeah.
That's the scariest part, right before closing.
Did you Did they get into the floor safe?
No, they weren't able to.
Did you know the combination at the time?
No. They were trying that angle, but then the guy panicked and said, started kind of getting real mean, and then he turned the gun and started, hit me 3 times. I was like, this guy's unhinged, but
actually, oddly enough, I think I have to watch the rest of Unhinged. I was waiting to see Unhinged. Unhinged came out, folks.
Oh, there's a movie called Unhinged?
Unhinged came out right before this pandemic. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it probably 3-4 months. And it's Kurt Russell, and he's not Kurt Russell, sorry, Russell Crowe. And he has a lot of Russells, Russell Brand, Russell, I don't know, but it was Russell
I think
Crowe.
they're related, actually. They're cousins or something.
I think they are. Yeah, the Russells are related. But I think, but it's called Unhinged. And I will say, I watched the first half of it yesterday. And finally, after I wanted to go to the theaters over and over and over, I was waiting to go to a theater. And it just never happened because this pandemic.
So you watch half of it so far?
I watched half of it so far, and I will tell you that Russell Crowe is twice the man he used to be.
Yeah. Is it better than Cobra, would you say?
I don't know. He's Danning. I mean, Cobra is more about the cop.
Yeah, I know. And I compare every movie to Cobra. It's weird.
Yeah, because Cobra's not that great. I love Brian Thompson. He's a local hero, but local famous guy, but talented guy. His father was amazing. He was a teacher, but and Brian doesn't know me at all from Adam. I don't think Adam Delaney. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't met him years ago. He came.
Yeah, but if you saw Brian again and you talked about his father, it'd be a good conversation because
I'm sure.
He loves his father. Great father.
Yeah, his great father, the great father Scuba. That was his nickname. And I don't know quite why that was.
I'm
I can't
not sure
remember
either.
But
everybody I know that went to Arlong, almost everybody I know talks about Scuba in a
right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, that guy was probably, I'll say 5'8", and he was got to be 350. And I would say honestly, while he had a belly on him, I think the muscles were pretty prominent. I mean, his shoulders and his body was just poof, just stronger than heck. And I watched him carry some stuff, plants, and just when the plants are expanded, they're heavy, but this with the potty plants and all this stuff, just.
And his son was Brian's naturally built like a friggin' bodybuilder. It's like amazing.
And that's Brian Thompson, who was in the movie Cobra you're referring to. Yeah. But as far as Cobra, I would say it's probably better than Cobra because the acting. I think that.
You got me on that one.
Well, that's you have to go up. Obviously,
Cobra had Brigitte Nielsen. The acting.
Yeah, it doesn't have Brigitte Nielsen. It doesn't have Thompson. It doesn't have Sylvester Stallone, but it does have some pretty fun stuff in it. And I think that in the very beginning of this, I mean, I will go with so far Russell Crowe is pretty good in this movie. At first, I thought he wasn't good at all. Actually, I thought the first part of the movie I was kind of like, well, maybe he's having an issue. He's not very good an actor anymore. Well, that's wrong. He changes that, and it's kind of beyond unhinged. Actually, it's kind of disturbing. It's very disturbing. So far so good. I gotta get back to that.
I can't wait to hear the rest of it.
Yeah.
Well, and then we just hit a milestone. We finished season 5 of Peaky Blinders, and so we got to wait 8 months, and we can get back to Blinders.
I got my razor blade somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's going to go into season 6, the final season in January.
Did you know I carry a razor blade right there, right?
There you go.
Yeah, no, that is
Peaky Blinders. They're a razor gang. A razor gang.
Blade. Had the razor blades sewn in right there.
Yeah.
Actually, the Peaky Blinders are quite an amazing show. I mean, visually stunning. The words are poetic. I was like, whoa, I'm romanced by this show. You know, it's pretty cool. You know, and mind you, yesterday we watched an episode of that, and we had to rewind it 5 times to hear one word. But you know, because sometimes they start talking, you can't hear it all. It's like, what do
He
they say?
said, what did my mother come back with? And he says, she came back with a loony. And we're like,
Yeah.
a what? And then we watched it 5 times, came back with a white pony.
Yeah. It was quite interesting, but we have.
It was worth the effort though, because I was like, if we can figure this one out. But usually,
Yeah, well, it does, because it made sense. And once you hear that, then you realize why the leader is actually has that fascination with horses. You know.
Yes, race horses, and it started with the white pony his mother brought back from somewhere.
Yeah.
She came back and brought it.
Yeah, but either way, no, it's quite a good show, and we been highly enjoying it.
That show has no hesitation in eliminating and killing big time characters. You're like,
No, it doesn't.
We lost my favorite character last night, Aberama. I'm like, what the heck? And I don't care if it spoils. No, if you haven't watched it yet, it's too late.
It's been a couple of years, so that's okay.
It's been out for a while.
Actually, you know what? For and I'm not that it matters, but the Aberama is quite a good looking feller. I think, you know.
My tie fell off.
Tie fell off. Well, that's what you get for wearing a breakaway tie, right?
But it's 42 years old, and just the threads died. Got it at Goodwill. It was 38 cents.
Well, the style died like 30 years ago, so you might as well.
It's not a bad style, folks. Let's be honest.
I'm just giving you a bad time. The fashion part of that tie died 30 years ago. No, I get it.
Remember those wide ties? Those were big, and then the thin ties of the 80s.
Yeah, I did not like the thin ties of the 80s. But I had a couple of them. I had at least one black leather with a zip tie.
Yeah.
It was a zip tie.
Piano keys.
Yeah, I only ever had the piano key one, but I had a.
Well, I remember guys wearing those, the new wave crowd, and they'd have the spiked hair and like a lot of product, and they'd smoke the cloves outside the club.
Do you remember the leather thin ones?
Oh, yeah.
They had the zipper on them. Wow, that was crazy.
No, I don't remember the zipper. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, like a zipper tie. Yeah, it was a
zipper.
Interesting.
See, that's almost scary.
I know. But yeah, fashion sense is something that has always eluded me. Actually, I'm kidding. I think I dress actually pretty good. I think that the Peaky Blinders hats and stuff here we talk about that you see me wearing nowadays. I've been wearing them for way too long, for years, and not just
Well, the only time I was in the fashion sense scene was the disco era. I embraced that and had a good couple years with that, but that was my only great fashion moments.
Yeah. My sisters would tell me that I've never had fashion sense, but you know, I have a sister who fortunately has a degree in fashion merchandising, and therefore, if I wear something too outrageous or atrocious, I will be never forgiven. So I'm kind of like, you know, decently fashionable sometimes, you know.
Well, I'm 5'9", and during the disco era, I was 6 feet tall because of the 3-inch platform shoes. So it was
platform boots.
Times. What?
Platform boots.
Remember
Did
the
you have the
platform
silk
shoes? I had platform boots and shoes.
Did you have polyester pants and silk shirt?
No, I had bell bottoms of various kinds, but no polyester. I stayed away from the leisure suit. I did have a shiny shirt for a while, but I had what was called a left bank shirt where it's tight on the arms, and we worked out all the time. We actually worked out to go to the disco. So think about that, folks.
Yeah, I remember.
This morning I was thinking, I wonder how if people really miss dancing, because nobody's dancing much anymore. You know, as far as
I totally miss dancing.
Pandemic,
But I miss dancing for another reason. I can't dance quite like I used to. You know,
for me,
but I'll get back there.
Yeah. During the pandemic, there's no dancing that I ever see, and so I kind of missed the dancing. Let's get dancing.
Yeah, I do. Well, if you walk in my house most of the time, I'll have this music playing in the background, and The only reason why is because if I have music playing or little videos of people dancing, it just kind of gives me inspiration. So while I'm walking, I'll bounce to the step and do a little dancing, give a little
Yeah, there you
strength,
go.
strengthen my core a little bit, and whatever I can do to just a little bit here and there. That's all
Yeah.
you need. But it's got to be constant. It can't be a.
Well, we
can't
got
be
to
a
get out
sound
of get away from politics and get into the politics of dancing. Remember, there was a song,
Politics of
Politics of
Dancing.
Dancing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. Well, we're
that's
running
good.
out of time here. We're at 7:59. I don't know if we started right at 7, but
I don't know if we did or not,
we
but
might
let's
have
get
one
out
in
of
the
here.
can here.
Appreciate you folks coming in here.
Yeah. Well, you have a ritual at the end of each show.
I do. We do. We pound it out. How do we pound it out? We do Rochambeau. We Rochambeau, meaning rock, paper, scissors. So right now, we're gonna start all over right here. We're gonna do number 1. Are you ready for this, Brian? I'm excited now. We're gonna do this all over. Ready?
Well, just a minute. We'll see everybody tomorrow. We'll see you.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow. Scouts out. Boy
Scouts
Scout
honor. Okay, let's pound it out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I knew we were both. I knew it was going to happen.
I knew it too.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, look at that!
Okay, I got it.
I got a sword, and you got scissors.
We will see you tomorrow.
Oh, this isn't a sword. I'm kidding. Okay, talk to you later. Have a great day, folks.